Hello everybody. So I just want to give you a forewarning that about every maybe couple minutes my voice is going to sound like a robot or like I'm a smoker or something like that, but I unfortunately am not a robot. I'm not that cool. So basically what I have is I have a device in my left chest. And what it does is it sends bursts of stimulation to my brain to regulate my brain waves because I actually have epilepsy. And I will give you kind of the story on how it all started. So back when I was 15 years old, I'm currently 25. Before I was 15, I was really healthy. I was on the volleyball team at my high school, and even just before that, my childhood, I was very healthy. I rarely got sick. I just was, never went to the doctor. I went to the doctor if I was hurt, but I really didn't get hurt. So I never had a reason to be concerned. So and here it goes off. So now you can hear that I kind of basically am a robot. So yeah, here we go. So I might clear my throat. So here's how it all started. I was getting ready for school at about 7 a.m. and I was in my bathroom and I was actually putting my mascara on, and all of a sudden the next thing that I remember is I was sitting in my mom's bed is when I woke up, and her bedroom was downstairs and mine was upstairs. So the story that I was told was that I ran down, and whenever I got ready in the morning, I locked my door because it was just mom and me living in the house, just us two at the time. And whenever she told me the story, basically what had happened is she was downstairs and she heard a lot of like banging around, which sounded unusual because I was just getting ready for school. Like, why would I be banging around like that? And she sorry, this brightness. She just was a little concerned. So she ran up the stairs, and by the way, I just had an absent seizure whenever I stopped talking. That happens sometimes. So glad I got it on recording. She ran upstairs and she was knocking on the door and she was like, Abby, are you okay? And so she kept knocking on the door and I wasn't answering. So she was like shaking on the handle and the door was locked. And so then I ended up meeting her at the door, and I have no recollection of this. It was like I was sleepwalking. And I met her at the door, unlocked the door, and then I just was like looking at her and then looking back at my bathroom and then looking at her and then looking back at my bathroom. And so she thought that somebody was in my bathroom like attacking me. And so she was obviously still worried, and my hair was all crazy and my shirt was up and just whatever. So I pushed past her and I ran down the stairs and I ran outside, and it was still like dark outside at the time. And then after that, that's when I woke up in her bed after she had told me that story. And so then she still thought there was like an intruder upstairs. So, but she didn't hear any knocking around. She didn't see anybody coming out of the house. So then she thought it was weird. So eventually we went upstairs and saw that my mascara was in the bathtub and my toilet paper roll holder, the metal part, was completely knocked off the wall, and there was no sign of anybody else in the house. So, side note, My sister Anna has seizures. Hers are in the nighttime when she's sleeping. She is on medication for that. My dad, when he was alive, he had grand mal seizures, which are the most intense ones that you could have, and he was on medication for that. And then I was diagnosed not for probably a month later with juvenile myoclonic epilepsy and tonic-clonic seizures and grand mal seizures, generalized and focal seizures, which is very rare to be diagnosed with all of those. So for 10 years, I have been on a trial and error journey with so many medications that I can't even count. I am currently taking 16 pills a day, so 8 in the morning and 8 at night, 4 different medications, but different doses of those medications. And I am tired all day. I just want to sleep all day. I go to work in the morning till 6 o'clock. I come home and I sleep till 9 p.m. and then I take a shower, and then I go to bed at 11 o'clock, and then I wake up and do my day again the next day. So I try, I really do. It's exhausting. But I get through it, and now my neurologist is taking me slowly. I'm in my work office by myself, so that I heard a noise. Maybe it was just the rain. Okay. It's taking me slowly off of a medication. And now it's going up again. Okay. So, okay. That's a printer, hold on. Okay, everything's good. Just decides to make noises sometimes. So, anyways, so so during the process of me trying to get diagnosed with epilepsy, at first they were like, oh, she's never had a seizure before. It's not likely that she was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 15. Usually it's either when you're born or when you're like 2 or 3, at 15 years old, that's just really weird. And so they diagnosed me with Lyme disease. Oh, it's just in her blood. She was bit by a tick and it just caused a seizure. So we just fought, and we finally went through 3 neurologists, and now I see a neurologist at MUSC who is amazing. He's great. And so I did a video EEG test for 4 days in the hospital where they recorded my seizures all day, and I was taken off all my medication, and they basically, if I had a seizure, they would record me and they would watch me all day. Not creepy at all. So anyways, I crack myself up sometimes. So, oh goodness. So the point of the story is, if you are having seizures and you don't know why, I would suggest to go to a neurologist and keep fighting for yourself until you figure something out. I'm still having seizures, and this is 10 years later, but one day we will figure this out. So hopefully getting off of this one medication will help, because my neurologist thinks that even being on this medication for a year, that this medication hasn't helped at all. I recently was at my brother's house, who used to be a lifeguard and is currently a doctor, aka Dr. Caleb Dunlap. And I was swimming in his pool and I almost drowned, and he saved my life basically. So kudos to him. And after that, that terrified me. which kind of opened my eyes as to I really need to fight for myself more and not be as scared in my doctor's appointments and really speak up for myself. So I told my doctor that I told him that I really need to be off of this medication because it's making me feel horrible. So yeah. And it's made me lose 70 pounds within the past year. Well, really within the past like 6 months. It, for some reason, started really making me feel horrible, but, so, now he's gonna try me on this new drug. Once I get off of this one, he's gonna try me on this new drug that apparently has had really high success rates. It's called Xcopri, so I'm looking forward to trying that one. But it won't be on as many, I won't be on as many pills because I won't be on a whole bunch of doses. So that is kind of my story. Back in 2021, I got an implant called a vagus nerve stimulator. If I could speak, vagus nerve stimulator, abbreviated VNS. Basically what you do is if you have a seizure, then you swipe this lovely magnet that I wear. It's a beautiful magnet. It has dots on it because whenever I was painting, I accidentally got paint on it, and I haven't scraped the paint off yet, but so yeah, so whenever you have a seizure, you swipe it. I have this beautiful scar right here. If you can get my hair out of the way. Yeah, that's where you swipe it. It's kind of like a pacemaker for your brain, but it's about this big, and I just thought maybe I could raise awareness. If anybody has a story and just is a little scared to talk about it, then maybe this can, I don't know, help. See, if you want to share your story, that would be awesome. I would love to hear it. I was a little scared to talk about this at first because I don't want people to think that I love talking about myself, because I do love talking about myself. So no, I'm actually terrified because I hate public speaking, and this is about the only way that I would be able to talk about my seizures, because I hate public speaking because it makes me terrified, because I hate being put on the spot. But I decided that I'm just gonna do a one-take video, and I'm not gonna edit this or do anything to it. So my hair is driving me crazy, but anyways, so yeah, that is my story, and the vagus nerve stimulator has helped me in ways, yet it is kind of annoying sounding like a robot every 2 minutes, and it makes my heart feel like it's going to come out of me, even though it's not connected to my heart, but it makes my heart just like race. But I don't know, I guess I'm thankful for it. So do I have anything else to say? I think that's all I wanted to say in this video. I've been wanting to do it, but I haven't really had a chance, and I haven't driven in 5 years because I got my license taken away, because you have to be seizure free for 6 months, and I haven't been seizure free for 6 months in a long time. So I miss driving, but I do have a lot of people that love me a lot and take me places, and I am very, very thankful for that. I have a very strong and loving community around me, and if you have epilepsy or seizures or anything like a medical condition that hinders you from driving or hinders you from anything like that, I suggest that you find people around you that are like that. So I definitely miss driving, and it took a long time to get over the sadness of not having that freedom, but thankfully we live in a society where we have Ubers and you know, buses and taxis and, you know, all that. So I still feel like I have a lot of freedom in some ways, but it is sad, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So there's nothing I can change about it. It's not like I can just change my brain, but I would love to go to Mayo Clinic and see if they have any trials that I could be in, but I'm not about to pay $5,000 for a consult. I will tell you that. My insurance doesn't cover that, so that's crazy. But Mayo Clinic, if you're watching this, that would be awesome to go to your hospital down in Florida. That would be great. So, wow, this is 16 minutes long. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. Love you, Facebook fam. And peace out.